Hey, what's up, everybody? We're down at the Saar Alpaca here in Germany. I got my little bees with me and my lady. There's some Zelda bee. And today we're going to be talking about doing cold outreach the smart way. So, if you're doing cold outreach, meaning you're sending messages, kind of and getting in groups and having conversations, any form of like trying to drum up business through these conversations, I'll tell you, most people do this thing horribly wrong. And what ends up happening is I'll have people message me and say that I send thousands of messages to get a couple of appointments booked, or we're sending 100,000 emails a month to get a couple of sales. And not only is that like really inefficient, but a lot of times the people that make it through are often the most desperate, most unrealistic, and they're hard to like keep happy. Heidi B, you want to say hello? Nope. You guys aren't cool enough to say hello. Well, I'll say hello to you guys. So one of the things to understand is that what we're really trying to do is build relationships, and this is no different than dating. And where most people actually get it wrong in the cold outreach is they send a message that basically reads like, I will fuck anyone on the first date. Do you want to give me money? I will fuck anyone on the first date. And they're trying to looking for the perfect message that will make the sale in a single message. And actually a far more valuable skill than closing and knowing the perfect set of words that'll close people is knowing how to open. And so if you kind of compare this to dating, imagine somebody wants to, let's go say hello to the alpacas and Heidi B. Aman, it's my lady. So imagine like there's a guy who's the closer, meaning if or a woman who's a closer, where if they get a member of the opposite sex into their room, hello, you want to say hello? I'm safe. I guess he's not feeling me. If you want to, yeah, I got denied by an alpaca there. Yeah, so imagine this person's a closer, meaning if somebody gets in their bedroom, it's a done deal. They're gonna, have sex or relationship or whatever it is they want out of that. But because they're not very good at opening, they got to talk to thousands of people to just have a few of those opportunities. In fact, they probably don't. In fact, I've had a few salespeople that work for me that can close $250,000 packages, but don't know how to do that on their own because they don't know how to get the opportunities. I want you to imagine there's somebody else, another person, and that person is only good at one thing: opening. So they know how to just like walk up to any member of the opposite sex, have a conversation, and this guy's making funny noises over here. There's this dude, not this one right there. Am I pointing to the right thing? Yeah, right behind the sign, this guy. So even if the opener is like fumbles and bumbles and is not very good at all the details, I just got a low battery warning, so this video is probably not going to be super long. Even if this guy is like really amazing at the or really bad at the closing part of it, he's probably going to make far more sales, if you will, than the other person. I'll tell you, one of the things that we're doing in our agency with our cold outreach is really simple. It's designed to open a conversation. It's not designed to say, hey, here I am, let's fuck on the first date. It's actually designed to open a relationship. And I think a big mistake a lot of people make is you're not trying to make the sale in a single message. In fact, it might take you 2 or 3 back and forths to get there, but if you know how to open strategically. So I'll give you a really simple example. If I'm reaching out to an injury lawyer, I might say, hey, I notice you do injury law in Minnesota and you've been doing that for like 35 years. Do you guys happen to handle motorcycle cases? And of course, it's a very simple opener, but if my offer in this case is motorcycle cases, and that's what we're doing for lawyers, then it gives me a lot of room to go somewhere, right? Because if they say, yes, we do handle them, then I can say something like, that's very cool. Like, what's your experience level with them? We happen to have something that brings motorcycle cases in the door. Would you be interested in hearing more about that? This alpaca is the star of my video right here. This guy is just like, making all the noise. So what happens is when you do that, you can actually go somewhere with a conversation, and in 2 or 3 messages later, I can still send the, hey, buy my shit message. So where most people are actually really, really screwing this up, by the way, is they're using the same template as everybody else. In fact, you've probably used it. And I learned this from a guy named Ari Gelper, who talks about the fact that you can tell when a salesperson is calling you before they even tell you what they have for sale. And there's a reason, because they usually say things like, hello, my name is blank and I am from company X, and the reason I'm calling today, or the reason I'm emailing today, is because ... And before they've even finished their sentence, you know they've got something for sale. It's probably not very exciting, and you're probably not super stoked about it, right? So when you understand that, a much, much better way is to think about 2 really important things. One is we want to mirror the language of the customer, because it's interesting, because customers, clients, and patients don't get ignored the same way marketers do. And they don't introduce themselves. They don't say, hello, I am Frankie from Windsor, Canada, and the reason I'm emailing you today is because I want to know, what are your opening hours? Right? They don't do that. They just directly ask a question. And so we want to be more like that. But we also want to open strategically, where it's not just a random question like, hey, how's the weather over there? Sunny. You got nowhere to go with it. You know, there's a very deep strategy to asking a question like, do you handle motorcycle cases, when that's what we offer, right? So when you do those 2 things, what you'll find is, instead of sending thousands of messages to just get a few, you can send like 10 and get 7 people to respond immediately. And it's just really, really powerful. So I hope that's helpful to you guys who are doing it. Instead of sending thousands of messages poorly, think about sending a few messages really well, and then scale that. And then you'll find it's easier. But most people don't want to have conversations. They just want to skip, go, and give me your money. And then you end up getting like really shitty clients from it anyway. So hope that's super cool. I'm going to go hang with my bees. This is my last video for you guys for the day. And much love. And may the force be with you. And subscribe.